Hi guys, happy Monday. It's Miss Humphrey back with another math lesson. Thank you for those of you who joined me in our Quizlet Live on Friday. I'm sorry for those of you who didn't make it in to play the game, but we will do that again. For today, we're going to move on to a new lesson, and today we're going to be talking about symmetry. So we're going to start with the definition of line symmetry. Line symmetry is when the shape can be folded on a line so that the two parts match exactly. And we call that line, that folding line, a line of symmetry. So I'm going to show you some examples. This W right here is an example of a shape that has line symmetry. The reason it has line symmetry is because when I have this dotted blue line, if I were to fold that in half on top of itself, it's exactly the same on one side of the dotted line as it is on the other. And the same is true with these other shapes that I have drawn. Here, if we fold on that line, it's going to be perfectly matched on the other side. Same with this and with this smiley face. Some non-examples. So these are shapes that do not have line symmetry. Is this L right here. If I were to fold this L on this dotted line, would it look exactly the same on both sides? No. This shape here actually does have line symmetry, but the reason it's a non-example is because the line of symmetry that I drew is in the wrong spot. If I had put it somewhere in the middle, we could fold these over and they would look exactly the same. But because it's over here on the side, if I fold that piece over, it's not exactly the same as the other side. The same is true with this triangle. The line of symmetry should be coming straight down the middle, and I could fold it over and it would be the same. But if I put a line there, it is not an example of a shape with line symmetry, because if I fold over that line, that side and this side look totally different. And then we have kind of an abstract shape here where I've drawn a line of symmetry. If I fold it over, the two sides are totally different, and that's why those are not examples. So we're going to do a quick activity for today's lesson. You're going to need a piece of paper, something to write with, and scissors. So take a moment to pause the video and go grab those materials if you don't have them already. I'm going to gather mine. Okay, so you're going to take your piece of paper and fold it in half. You can fold it any way that you like as long as you fold it in half. And all that we are going to do is we are going to create shapes that have line symmetry. So I'm going to kind of tilt forward so you can see what I'm working on. I'll scoot this back. So I'm going to take my writing utensil, and with my paper folded in half, I'm going to draw any shape that I like up against the edge of my folded part of my paper. So if you see my paper is folded like this, I'm going to draw on the edge of this and make a shape. You can make any shape that you like. I'm going to draw 3 different shapes. So I'm going to start by drawing something kind of simple. So that's the first thing I've drawn. And see how I did it right up to the folded edge? I'm going to do a little bit of a different shape, like so. Then I want to do one real funky one, just to try it out. So I've drawn 3 shapes right on the edge of the fold of my paper. I want you to pause and do the same. Don't do the same shapes as me. I want you to make up your own. Once you've done that, take out your scissors, and you are going to keep your page folded and cut out your shape. I cut out my first shape, and I'm going to open it up on the fold, And where the fold is, I'm going to draw a dotted line, which I call my line of symmetry. So this shape has line symmetry because if I fold one side over the other, it's a perfect match. Let's do that with the other two shapes that we've made. I'm going to keep my page folded and I'm going to cut it out. When I open it up, I made a heart. And I'm going to draw a dotted line on my fold, and that dotted line is my line of symmetry. And this does have symmetry because if I fold it in half, it perfectly fits on top of each other. I'm going to try it with my wonky shape now. My page is still folded, and I'm cutting it out. You should be doing the same with your shapes at home. This one's taking me a minute to cut out. My focused face. Okay, I've cut out my little wonky shape. And if I open up, this has symmetry, line symmetry, because if I draw down my fold, a line of symmetry, if I fold on my line of symmetry, they match perfectly. It's kind of like a mirror where they are reverse of each other. They fold right on top. I would love to see the shapes that you have made, so make sure to have your parents send me a picture on Remind or on Class Dojo. I've attached a Google form for you to test your understanding of line symmetry, as well as additional practice on Khan Academy. I hope you guys are staying well, and I can't wait to see how well you guys understood line symmetry today. See ya!